Hey, Professor, how's it going? My name is Nick Solari. I am a first year public relations graduate student at Quinnipiac. I'm on the 2-year track in the strategic communications program. Um, and so I'm really looking forward to this class. And I'm just going to get right into it for the first assignment. I've got these 4 questions written down, and I took some notes here of things I wanted to touch on. So, first of all, community manager and community management, what does it mean? Um, to me, it's just an executive who um, acts as like a brand ambassador for a company. I have some experience in some like digital media and social management and things like that. Some marketing for newspapers and media outlets. I was a journalism major as an undergraduate, so I'm familiar with like the social media and like the brand content end of things. To me, a community manager builds and monitors multiple like target audiences or communities within a company, and it's just a really, really important role for companies, especially nowadays. I've seen both the journalism and the PR side of it, so perception is a tricky thing to be an expert at nowadays. And it's easy to see how both community management and just social media marketing have been confused a little bit. But um, for me, it's kind of like a similarly vague definition. But community management can refer to any attempts to like cultivate target audiences with specific intent. So number two, what is an impression? What's your impression of what a community manager does for online communities? Yeah, they reach out to target audiences and they try and um, keep current customers and grow audiences for new customers. Like I said before, my experience is all in digital media. So I'm very familiar with like trying to sell content online for newspapers. A lot of people say when you tell them you're a journalism major, oh, well, print journalism is dying. And yeah, print journalism might be dying in print, but print journalism online is just as alive as it's ever been, and it's probably flourishing even more because of community managers and people who can reach out and say, well, I work for the New York Times, and I want to find out what everyone wants to read so I can relay this information to our journalists so that not only can we be providing good breaking content, but we can also be capturing audiences and presenting things in different ways and things like that. Um, so community management fits into my career goals, and I'll kind of address number three and number four, the experience that I've had and how it fits into my profession, both in the same response. Um, I was a journalism major as an undergrad. Now I'm PR. I work in the sports information department at Quinnipiac in the athletic department. Um, and I've decided to take more of a PR route in sports comm and sports communication than journalism. But all the same skills that I learned in journalism certainly apply to what I do now. Um, so for me, my experience when I was a senior with the Chronicle at Quinnipiac, the student newspaper, I was a sports editor my junior year. My senior year, I was the web director. I created my own position, and we were. Um, I really wanted to kind of get the paper into like this new digital age where we were using Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and even like weekly newsletters and things like that, just to try and reach out to people and see what they wanted and examine how our content was being consumed and see what we could do better. And our page views on our website grew over like I think it was almost 22% in the final year. So I was really, really happy to be ahead of that project, and to kind of guide people through it. And then I've also worked at like Mass Live and Nesson and some other digital media companies that allowed me to like monitor traffic with Chartbeat and Hootsuite and stuff like that. So I do have some experience, but it fits into my career goals because in sports information, you're trying to market student athletes and coaches and shed the most positive light you can on a university. And the easiest way to do that now is just reaching out, through social media. It's such a unique and fascinating engagement tool. And I really enjoy Twitter, especially trying to find ways to reach people with only a certain amount of letters and characters, and trying to use video and photos and things like that, and trying to be creative and witty. So to me, that's how community managers fit into um, my chosen career in sports comm. Hopefully I can learn new things in this class and that I can take with me to my job and show people at work, hey, we're writing these game stories that maybe people aren't reading, or we're doing these game notes or these features, and hey, I've got a great idea to sell these on social to get more people to our website, which ultimately just creates more exposure for student athletes, which is our job in marketing and in sports PR. I'm really looking forward to this class, especially the social media aspect of it. I read the syllabus, and I know we're probably going to work plenty with that. I can't wait to get started. Thanks. Have a good one.